All right, y'all.
Hey, hey,
Hello.
hey.
Welcome back to episode 4 of Chattin
Chatting the,
the
the
Tea.
tea. Chatting the tea.
That
Heck
was kind of
yeah.
funny.
I know, I kind of messed up. I was like,
Chattin the
chatting the
Tea.
tea.
Hey, yo, bro. Hold on, wait. I think that's a new intro. We gonna come on. We gonna slide on the track talking about some Chattin the Tea.
Chat,
Yeah.
chat, chat, chat,
Don't play.
chat, chat. Boom,
Chat.
boom, 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 boom. Yeah,
Chattin
we got to
the
find something,
Tea. Not Nickelodeon theme song.
right?
Don't sue
I
us,
was thinking of,
please.
what's her name? Miranda Cosgrove.
I'm
When
crying.
she was like, Nickelodeon. Yeah. I remember hers was just so funny. I don't know why. I I
She
love
is a
her.
funny girl. She is a
She
funny
is.
girl.
But how's your week been?
Oh girl, this was a long week. It was a good week. We're
Mhm.
constantly making money moves, but I think this week was kind of tiring overall, especially with this lunar eclipse that we had last week, or shoot,
Yes.
yesterday. Excuse me.
Yes.
Um, that really just took me out. But I
Mhm.
think that it's just really been allowing me to um, not be in control of things. I've very much so just been surrendering to life and what life is gonna, plate for me.
Yeah. What's gonna
So
offer?
I think this last week has definitely been about releasing control and just allowing things to flow.
Oh my gosh,
How about for
I
you?
can't like. I'm trying to think of the countless of times I've like cried while praying, and I'm like, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna let go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let go and stuff. And I feel like there's moments where I do let go, and then a week later I be trying to control again, and then I'm back to praying. I'm like, God, I'm letting go. It's yours. I promise it's yours. And the next day I'm trying to control something.
Nah, facts. And then once
Like,
you figure out that you control, and I just put my hands up. I dead ass surrender there in that moment. I'll be like, you know what? I'm not even gonna stress about it. I ain't even nothing, bro. I put my hands up. If we really
mm-hmm.
want to talk about it, like rent, bro. I was a couple days late paying rent, and I was just like, you know
Same,
what?
same,
I was like,
same.
well, I mean, hey, this is just what has had to happen. There's
Yeah,
nothing that I can do. Um, I can't cry over spilled milk. That's
no,
just what it is. But all is well, and we're guess what? We still breathing. I'm still living.
exactly,
So
exactly.
yeah,
That's so true. I was like, that's how it was with this rent too. I'm like, I'm just gonna, my paycheck's not gonna come in until the week after the first week of the month. And I'm chill about it. It's gonna be late. So what? There's nothing I can do. So I'm not even gonna like stress myself and cry
no,
about it. Like the money's gonna come in. It's just gonna come a
yeah,
little bit
a
late.
little bit later, but they still gonna get their
And
monies,
still gonna get their
and
money.
I'm still gonna live.
Exactly. Exactly. A girl is not stressing. I'm not stressing about that no more.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
my week was pretty good. I also right now I'm just thinking about like, dang, I should have closed my windows because you guys probably hear all this crazy noise. So I'm gonna walk with y'all in my hand while I close these windows. But this week I feel like has been pretty good. I work with this theater company once in a while, so I haven't worked with them since last summer. And it was really cool reconnecting with all the dancers again, all the actors, all the singers. And we were just, it was a small like performance that we were doing. So I only had to stay with them for about 2 weeks. And it just felt really nice being on stage again.
I love
And,
that.
and I also didn't realize that in my vision board on my laptop wallpaper, I forgot that I
The
posted
stage.
the stage, the theater stage
Yeah.
specifically. I was like, I really want to be on a
Wow.
theater stage, like a traditional one that I used to be on when I was in high school doing all these ballet performances. And so I was just thinking, like, wow, thank
Isn't that
God.
crazy? And it's like we really
Mm-hmm.
be forgetting. Like we really be making these vision boards dead ass beginning of the month, and we just be forgetting. Like,
We be forgetting.
and you're like, whoa, that's another one checked off the list.
Exactly. And I feel like I'm back to taking dance classes. And last time, like on the third podcast, when we were talking about our career and being artists, um, and how I reached out to these choreographers for a tour I want to audition for. One of the choreographers, he finally liked my message on it, so
Yes.
he's aware of it. And um, I took their class a couple of days ago too, and so they talked a little bit about it and how they're still searching and all that. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm strengthening up a lot with my body and strengthening my dance movements again since my
Yeah.
injury. And I might be starting up kickboxing. So I have my first lesson on the 22nd of this month, and we'll see if I can continue doing it, because I would love to just do that as a weekly thing or a once a month thing.
I definitely think you should do a weekly thing, or like even
I
every
hope
other
so
week.
too. I
Once a
truly
month,
hope I can.
you're not gonna see them gains as
You
what you
not,
want to see. You know what
you
I mean?
not.
And
Yeah,
plus, I can definitely see you just being a kickbox girl. Like
bro,
I can see the
same.
videos, bro. I can just see you kicking that leg up, being like, "Yeah."
Yep. No, for real. And then I do one of those videos like, I got loyalty inside my DNA.
Bro, you know how they be kicking their leg up like 5 times? They be like, boom,
Yep.
boom, boom.
Mhm. Exactly. And I'm just shredded.
Yo, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's gonna get you a
Yeah.
save. And guess what? Ain't nobody gonna fuck with you because who the hell gonna want to fight somebody that's in
That's what I'm saying. I would
kickboxing?
feel so
Please don't
powerful.
try it.
I would feel so powerful.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody gonna want to fuck with you.
No, not at all. But yeah, my week's been good, and I want to just keep continuing dancing, keep training as much
Yes,
as I can, you know?
that part. Keep going and keep dancing.
Exact. Keep going, keep dancing. Amen. But um let's get into what our main topic is of this episode.
Yes, guys, our parents are still kids. This is their first time on Earth, and I
Mhm.
think when we get into this age range, I feel like 24 is really the realization. Like, dang, you know what? Our parents is doing this life thing for the first time too. They have no idea what they're doing. We
Yeah,
don't
I
have no idea what
agree.
we're doing.
24, I feel like, was that age where I was just really looking at my mom like, I was like, wow, she's just a girl.
Yeah, you know,
I'm like, oh, she's like me. I'm like, this is crazy.
for real. But like, just a little older, and
Yep.
this is literally their first time on Earth. Like, bro, I feel like as kids, we're very much so like how we view our parents is very much so like, bro, they've been doing this forever. Like,
Yeah, we put them on a
they
very high pedestal.
put them on a high pedestal. Like, they be doing this forever. So there's a lot of times that we don't hold grace and space for them because we're like, you an adult, like you need to have your shit together. I'm a child. It's like, no, like literally, I can't imagine. Like my mom had me at 29, I think, or 30, and so
Hmm.
coming up, shoot, that's just 2 years away. I can't even think about having a child at that age. But it's just like, dang, like we're so close in age range where it's like, wow, like,
Yeah.
you know, she
Yep.
is having a child literally 2 years off from now. And it's like, wow, like
Which I feel like that's like a perfect age.
perfect age.
Like in my brain as a 26-year-old, because when I was in high school, I was thinking that 25 was a perfect age.
Oh my gosh.
And then hitting 25, you're like,
Whoa. Couldn't imagine
not
it.
even close.
Yeah.
But that's like my dream age
$29,
is 30, like
30.
having the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually no. As I'm speaking now, my mind's changing.
Mm-hmm.
I maybe want a kid at like 32, 33. I would
Yeah,
like to
okay.
get married by 30, but the thing is, I'm 27. my Virgo brain is thinking that I need to find my person now so we can at least have 3 years of dating before I say yes
I
to a
feel
ring.
like, honestly, girl, it's gonna be less than that. I think our person's just gonna come and sweep us off our feet, honestly.
Yeah.
And
I low
you're
key.
probably gonna get married like less in like a year time span. I think so.
Okay. Okay, yep.
Um,
But yeah, like that is crazy to think cuz my mom, she had me I think at 25 or 26.
mm,
So those ages of her parents is just like wow.
yeah, it is. And I also think about too just how, the time was a little bit different. I think
It was.
they were more mature than us.
Mhm. For
I think,
sure.
just based off of like the earlier generations, I think they're just a little bit more mature than us. I think that not that we're not mature, but I think that we're so like, this is our life, this is our life, this is our life. We're very selfish. And I
Yeah.
feel like our parents weren't as selfish for their lives as
Mhm.
we are. And I think
Yeah.
to us seeing that has made us be selfish. Um, but yeah, I think,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know, even my mom, like putting everybody else before herself, whether that be, her mom, my grandmother, um, or her sisters. Like she's the youngest out of five sisters, and she was like always the eldest. People always
Yeah.
come to my mom, and I think it's such an interesting thing because it's like, wow, she's been basically taking care of people her whole entire life, even before she had kids.
Yep. And I think what it is too is just like as the years go on and decades go on, like there's more freedom for certain
Yeah,
things. And I just think because we just have more freedom to
yeah,
do stuff,
100%.
like thinking about um, the things like you were talking about being 21 and us always going out and stuff. Our parents were not doing that. Like they probably were not able to do all that
Oh
to
no,
be
my mom was
hanging
out.
out. He said, "Nah, she was out. She
She
was
was
out."
out, but she was like a good kid. So it was like, even though she still lived with my, grandmother at the time, I think till she was like maybe 22, and her curfew was 2. So she was like, oh no, like now y'all, like I'm tired of this curfew, and coming home late
Mm-hmm.
is just not gonna. I need to move out. So she moved out so she could still kick it outside.
That is so funny. To be honest, I don't even know with my mom like on that, but what I mean though by like freedom, I feel like we have a little bit more freedom than them
Yes, I
in
agree.
some way. I don't really know how to explain it, but I think to the point where we have more freedom where we were allowed to, I think, touch our emotions a little sooner
Mm-hmm.
type of
Yes.
thing
Yes.
in some way because they had to do so much growing up, like um, being the older sibling or being the youngest sibling, the how their parents raised them and stuff because of
Yeah.
like the um, the politics pops probably what was going on back then,
Absolutely.
the racism back then, just being a black person too back then and stuff, the
Yeah.
money, all of it,
All of it. And I
like
think too, like, you saying like the politics of it, and that's so real because especially like just black, households and black families in general, like the trauma of racism and slavery really get passed down in our families. So it's just
mm-hmm.
like, even with my mom, like having instilled like whoopings, for an example, whoopings is literally
Oof,
traced from slavery. But
my
like,
gosh.
you know, things that like, are, her parents wanted her to go to certain schools. Maybe she didn't want to go to that school, right? But it's like the
Mm-hmm.
parents had way more control over the child's life than they wanted. So they had to repress their feelings. Where with us, it's just like, dang, like, we went through that, they went through that, they did not want us to go through the same, even though it kind of slipped out in some case, some scenarios, because hello, trauma. But
Mm-hmm.
I think still at the end of the day, you're right, like we still have that freedom because they had to endure that so that they could give us the leisure to not have to deal with that.
Yeah. Yep. And to just like the lifestyle of things,
Yeah.
social media, having
Mm-hmm.
like just how internet is now, even transportation is different,
Yeah.
fashion is different, even like being an artist, that's
Yeah.
different too. Like more people are trying to go the artist route and more follow their dreams and just be okay with the sacrifice than like just settling and being what is it, settling and being comfortable,
Yes.
you know. And I think because it was just like a higher risk back then for
Yeah.
like taking, going the path you want, like
Yeah.
everyone, it was important to be safe and solid with a certain choice instead of like kind of quote unquote following your dreams.
Do you feel like, I mean, obviously, I mean, dang, I low key wish that we had another like race to answer this question, but I guess I'll just leave this to the listeners. But I want to kind of hear from like the white listeners and like their experience from their parents, because I do feel like it is a little different,
For
like coming from
sure.
a black family household, because of those things that are passed down. Like, I do
Oh
feel
yeah.
like just in general, a lot of our parents did settle, but at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, like, what are those key differences in that settling?
I think just from things I've seen, I think these are some different ones, but I would love to hear from others too, like how they were raised. But something someone pointed out like a couple of years ago, and it just always stuck with me. When you see a lot of like adventurous posts or photos, people jumping off the plane, off the cliff, like things like that, just doing the craziest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Most 90% of the time, 99% of the time, it's always a white person,
Yeah.
or it's not. It's just not a black person, and
Right.
the black community, we're always like, oh, that's just white people stuff. That's white people sport, or
Yeah.
we always joke about that. And and someone said the reason why like black folks, we don't be touching stuff like that, and you just see a lot of white folks, is because they have never felt like what it's like to like have your life be on the line
Wow.
on a daily basis type of thing. They're trying to find this like thrill
Yeah.
and thing that
To live life on
feels like this,
edge.
like you're on the edge of
Yeah.
something. And so they're just more free spirited on doing that because they just don't have that ancestral trauma or nothing that's that they feel when they
Mm-hmm.
do that. But for us, it's like, nah, that's crazy. Like, no, why would we do
Wow.
that? Because just our whole life and generations after generations, we get in trouble for doing the basic thing,
Yeah.
you know? And so I think that's like one of those situations you can definitely tell by
That's so
the different
interesting.
races. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, bro, I even think like settling in relationships.
Like how so?
I think a lot of um older white folks have like settled in marriages and relationships.
Mm. I feel like that's what everyone
True.
with that one. I feel like because back in the day, there was just a lot of arranged marriages or
Mm.
people. Yeah, I felt like that was with everyone, where like the woman had to get married early to a man just because
That's
that
very
man can
true.
be the breadwinner of the families.
So that right there, I feel like is even the kind of key difference, because ours would have been like, if we taking it back to slavery times, ours would be being sold off to another family essentially, and not being with our family that we birthed or whatever the case may have been, and
Mhm.
then having to marry somebody that we have no idea who this person is. But
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, wow,
I
that is
remember
very true.
my mama, she got married to my Papa Booney at 17. And so when she was alive, she would always be like, "You're not married yet? Like you're not married? Like, oh my gosh, you're getting so old." And I was like 21. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
You're like, now we live in different times, Gma. Come
For
on.
real. I was like,
You're like,
"Huh?"
this ain't
But
that.
but then when I realized she got married at 17, I was like, "Oh, okay. That
It's
makes
so
sense."
interesting to think about,
I
just like the
know.
differences in that.
Yeah, but there's still cultures that like are still marrying off their daughters
Yep.
and stuff to families at such a young age, and it truly just makes me think how like thankful I am,
Yeah.
you know, because I will be throwing a fit
But would
if
you though?
yeah,
Because if that's all that you've known, if that's
true.
all, I think about that all the time, because it's just like we can say from this state of mind, right? Because we not living that, we can be like, oh nah, like
But
I'd
nah,
have a
I'll do this,
fit.
I'll do it like
But like
that, like
if
this.
that's what you grew up in, you've seen your sisters, your friends, all this happen like over and over and over again, that's your reality.
Yeah. Well, I wonder which one I would be like if I would
Be
be
the rebel.
someone that, yeah,
Yeah.
like if I truly like would have hated it and tried to escape or try to like, I don't know, speak
Probably.
up about it, or if I would just, I'm like, this is tradition, this is what I need to do, and I just have to accept it because I can see myself maybe doing that more,
Mm.
just because of how I did grow up and just already was just being a goody two shoes, just listening to what my mom said, try not to get in trouble and stuff, and just like go to church, make sure my grades are good, don't don't go out and party, don't do this and that. And so I'm like, maybe when I entered college, I was trying to reteach myself about life, but I
Yeah.
wonder, yeah, if I was put in that situation, which one would I be?
But I also think our souls would just be so awakened to what's going on that you're right, we probably would have rebelled. I think we would have rebelled. We probably low key would have died. They would have probably killed us because why are you going against us? But
I'm weak.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. I think about that all the time. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would have been crazy. And so my mom, how many times has she been married? Maybe twice. I think she's only been married twice.
Mm.
I think so. But yeah, she's like, now she's like, I don't even know if I want to get married again and stuff, but I can see her getting married again in the future.
When definitely once she finds the right person, for sure.
Yeah, I think she just wants it like, if she does, it'll be like something quick and small
Yeah.
for her. But I hope then like my money is good where I'm like, okay, now we're gonna do a little bachelorette party.
Yeah.
But then she's like, Shael, no, because my mom, she don't drink. She went on a cruise with her sister, and so I had to ask her. I was like, so mom, like, do you drink? Like, do you buy yourself like a glass, like a cocktail or something? And she was like, yeah, I'll get like one, like maybe I'll probably get like one drink this week or something. I was like, one
One
drink
drink
out of
this
this whole
week.
week. I was like, okay. And then she was like, Shael, I don't drink. I don't need to drink to have fun. I was like, that okay, mom, I didn't mean it like that. I just like, it's okay to do that. Like if you're out having fun with your sister and your friends and stuff. And she's like, I don't need to do that. There's like no, like turned it into this lesson
I'm
thing. And I was
crying.
like, see, mom, I was just trying to get to know you. Like that was it. And just trying to figure you out.
Those
I was
drinks are
not
free,
trying to.
bro.
I was like, okay, it's okay. I was like, whatever.
That is so funny because one thing about it, my mama gonna drink. Like she gonna take a bottle back home with her. It don't matter,
That is
especially when she
funny.
come here to Atlanta. She be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Damn, that Malibu cheap as hell." Let me take
That
a
is
couple bottles back
hilarious.
home.
That's, yeah, my mom be like, no, get that away from me. Get that away from me. Why do you
That is
have this,
so
Shael?
funny.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
That is
So
so funny.
it makes me think like how my mom was maybe as a preteen or a teenager type of thing. Like
Yeah.
I would love to see if I was like a fly on the wall, just seeing her like an everyday life of our moms.
That would be cool. Like the time
You
travel
know,
and be able to see like
like
some
what their
like
bedroom looked
street.
like,
Yeah.
what perfumes were they using, or lotions, or things to get ready. What was their go-to hairstyle? What song were they listening to? Which, like, how did they get to school? Like, did they walk? Did they take the bus? Like, all that type of stuff. Which, actually, I know I grew up in the house my mom grew up in. So
Mm-hmm.
I knew that, but it was designed like the room that I had, I think was her old room, but it was designed differently by the time
Mm.
I was born. So I
You
don't
didn't
really
get a chance
know,
to
but I
really see
know
for real. Yeah.
exactly. I just know the neighbors, the street she was on, and like living in that house is where she grew up.
See, and I'm like the same. Like my grandma's house, like three generations damn near lived in that house, even myself included. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, and it is interesting, um, because all all of the like back when the houses had the little what's it called, the tape that's on the walls. What the hell
The
is it called?
tape on the walls.
It's not tape. It's like decoration. It's like the
I'm
dang,
trying
bro,
to
why
think.
the wallpaper? Ah, the
Oh, I'm
wallpaper.
weak.
I'm like the tape on the walls.
Oh,
The
like there's
wallpaper.
tapes.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh. Oh my gosh.
that's
See y'all, this is
hilarious.
sad. We getting real lost from where we came from. I couldn't even
No,
think of the
for
damn
real.
wallpaper. I don't know the last time I see some damn wallpaper on some walls. What the hell? Besides that house, that was the last time I seen wallpaper on on the walls was that house. And like
That
it
is
was just
hilarious.
so like vintage, very 1960s, very 1950s. Like it was very vintage. Even spending the night at my grandma's house,
Mm-hmm.
I just remember it was just very, very old. I remember cleaning out that fridge, yo. Our freezer, why I find meat in that freezer from 1970. I said, God damn.
Why they always got a fridge from years ago and it just be down in the basement carrying the craziest artifacts?
For real, like, bro, 30 years of meat is insane. I'm sorry.
Yes.
What are we trying to preserve?
No, exactly.
Um,
My mama, she was a hoarder, so I lived with a
Same.
hoarder, and we would have mice in our place. So we had glue plates and mouse traps all around the house, and every morning there
Whew,
would be a mouse on the glue plate or on the mouse trap,
damn.
and me and my mama, we would check if it was a boy or a girl before
You're
she squeezed it
hilarious.
and put it
I
outside.
mean, what a way to kind of make it a little fun, but like,
You
wow.
know. But my mom would be on the steps screaming, be like, "Bring that thing outside! Why is that thing in here? Oh my god! Oh my god! You better get that away from my daughter!"
Like she was terrorizing you with it or something.
No, for real. And then my mom was like, "Oh, shut up! Oh, she's fine! Oh, shut up!
That's
Oh,
so
shut up!"
funny.
It was hilarious, and I just stood there just laughing and looking at the mouse.
Gross.
Yeah,
Oof. I
I
definitely would
know.
be reacting like your mom. No cap.
Yep. And so anytime we visit, I get very nervous now when I see a mouse. I'm like,
I can't do
nope,
that. No,
no,
thank
yep.
you.
I was chill about it when I was younger, but I'm not good about it right now.
Why does that fear like come up? As kids, bro, we was playing in dirt with the worms
Bro,
and the potato
yes.
bugs
I
and
was
the
holding worms in my
spiders.
hand, all of it.
And now we're afraid. I don't even want to kill a spider, bro.
Oof, no.
I used to pick them up by the legs and be like, oh my gosh.
Really? I'd never, not with
Yeah.
spiders with me, ever.
Yeah, girl. I used to pick them up by the legs.
That's
I'd be like, oh my gosh.
crazy.
Especially daddy long legs. I was a
Mm-hmm.
sad kid. I used to terrorize them. I just wanted to see what happened. But yeah,
Hex no.
I used to pick them up by the legs. Like, so interesting. Like, why are your legs so long?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, bro. I don't know why that's been a thing. But it also is interesting going back to our parents. Like, I think about like when my parents met, because my mom was
Mm-hmm.
still fairly young when she had met my dad, and my dad
Yeah.
had just moved to Seattle. He was in the military, and I think he had maybe came from California or Germany. I can't remember, one of those two, but um, but yeah, like when he met my mom, like the rest was literally history. Like, I
Wow.
think I think she met him when she was either 22, 23, 24. It was one of those. But it's like, dang, like they just had a ball. They went and was turning up all the time. And that's why she was like, I have to I have to leave my mom's house. I can't have no curfew. So I'm trying to turn with my man. So and like they just came back from a trip from Vegas a couple days ago. So like another thing is like Vegas has been like their spot, like with their friends and everything. They always do like a yearly trip to Vegas. And
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, my mommy tells me all the time, you be like, yeah, girl, like we be turning up in Vegas, like we just be having the best time. And she still just be having the best time. Like I think now that her kids are grown, like she's able to kind of go back into her 20s a little bit and live that life, especially with my dad now that
Yes.
he is retired from a job. He's only working one job. I think he's going to retire like next year, couple years, but like they just get to live their life. Like I
Yep.
love it for them. Like she seems just so much more happier. I mean, they say obviously that I'm gone, but I think that she's able to live her life for real now that her kids are grown and she doesn't really need to take care of
Yeah.
anybody, even though they live at home. But I mean, they grown, they 2021. So yeah,
So crazy to think about.
right.
That is
It
wild.
is.
How time is such a funny thing.
It is.
Time is such a funny thing. Like my goal though is to when I get married, I have a family and all that. Like my mom is following me. If like I don't know where I'm going to be living, but the goal is to bring her with me and she'll have like a back house or she'll be like my neighbor or something.
See, I love that, and I wish that my mom would do some stuff like that, but she's not. Like, I want to live, obviously out the country. I want to live in my
Mhm.
Bali. She's hell nah. She don't want to. She don't want to leave the U.S.
Yeah,
She'll
no.
travel through the states. She don't want to leave the U.S. for real.
That is
So
so funny. She's
I
like, "Nah, I'm
wish.
I'm good here."
I'm like, bro, I could buy you a nice ass villa on the water. Okay,
You
you got
know?
maids. You ain't got to cook. You ain't got to clean. You probably want to cook a little bit because that's your love language and you love to do it. But yeah, like you literally don't have to do anything. Like I will literally get you a maid. I'll literally make
Nothing.
sure a doctor, dentist comes to the house every 6 months to make sure that you're good. Like you get to just step outside onto your balcony, smoke your weed if you
Exactly.
want to, have your cigarettes. Like, bro, have your drinks, have your fruit. Like you would be living the life, but you want to
I
stay in
love that.
America. I just sold a dream. I'm about to play this for her.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Just give her a little PowerPoint and be like,
You
"These are
know,
the pros on why you should move out the country with me."
to Bali. Let's go.
Yep. I can't. What's like the your dream trip you want to take your mom on or your parents? Your parents, because for
Hmm.
me, mine I think would be Paris.
I
I
feel
think my
like
mom would enjoy
Switzerland.
that.
Paris would be
Ooh.
fun. I feel like Switzerland would be a good time for all of us. I think will be different. I think the food would be bomb. I think the people would be very kind. I think that especially because my thing is I want my mom to have like you know what, yeah, like I will go to a different place and visit, because if it's like
Mhm.
this I'll see. But I've heard like Switzerland is probably one of the best nicest places to go
Yeah.
um for trips and
It,
stuff.
it looks beautiful. I would
Yeah.
love to go. I think my mom, she loves being so bougie and dressed up and have tea and all that. And I think she would love Paris if like she's able to get like the VIP treatment.
I could
You
definitely see
know,
that for her.
yeah, the girl, she wouldn't stop smiling. She'll probably be taking some selfies. Like my mom is such a girly girl, I have noticed growing up, because which I've always noticed, I think since college, because I stayed home during college. I never stayed at the dorms, and I was always just so fascinated on how organized she always was with her jewelry, and how she always had her ankle bracelets on, um, and how she's very like hygiene is so key and important. Like
Yeah.
not hygiene, that's not what I meant. Just like her perfumes.
Yeah.
Like she always wants to step out smelling like a certain way and stuff. And just like her, yeah, her little accessories and stuff. And I just always would notice that. And she always has tons of selfies on her phone. And so I'm just like, she would love to just be dolled up, going to Paris, probably seeing a
Walking
fashion
around.
show,
Yeah.
having some tea, looking outside, going on a boat, looking at the view.
Having
Yeah.
some baguettes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I could
I could
definitely
totally
see it.
see
That's
her.
so her vibe. I can
You
see
know,
that.
so one day that's gonna happen.
Man, I can't
One
wait
day
till
that
we
is gonna
famous. We
happen.
about to take care of our people. Not even
We
famous, bro. Well,
are
that too, but shit, just
just
money, man. Just rolling in
financially,
dough. I'm already
yeah.
rolling in dough, but I can't wait to be rolling in some more.
Rolling
Then
some
yeah, they gonna
more.
be taken care of. And that's on the
Yeah.
game.
Okay. Well, I think the tea is getting a little cold.
Dang, bro, we running out. Running
Yeah.
out. It's tipping. It's done. Ding
It's done.
ding
Yeah,
ding.
for real. Which I think that's all the tea we have for y'all.
Yes, y'all. Well, thank you so much for listening. If you can relate, drop a comment. Let us know how your family dynamics is, especially with your mom, your dad.
Yes.
Just how are
Or
you giving them grace, and how was it like growing up
yeah.
with them, and what was their childhood and teenage and early adult life like compared to what you're living now?
Yeah.
So,
And what
yeah.
was the moment when you like realized your parent or your parental figure was like just a kid, just like you?
Yeah.
Like you see the youth in them in some way.
This because this is their first life, so
Yep.
just like
Just like it
ours.
is yours.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Well, thank you guys so
Okay.
much for listening, and we will see you guys next week for the next episode of Chatting with the Tea.
Yes.
Y'all
Bye.
take care. Bye.